months of rumor and speculation, the Colombian brewery Grupo Bavaria, which was founded in 1889 and is the second largest in South America, has been acquired by SABmiller in the biggest merger in Colombia history. In a buyout in which the multinational, with headquarters in London, will obtain 71.8% of Grupo Bavaria's stock previously owned by Santo Domingo's fund. Bavaria is highly complementary to SABmiller's existing operations and provides access to a major additional source of profitable growth in one of the global beer industry's most strategically important and fastest-growing regions. The Andean region of South America is forecast to achieve a compound annual growth rate in beer volumes of 4% over the next 5 years, well in excess of the global industry average of approximately 2%.
Background of the negotiation. SABmiller, the second beer producer in the world, wanted to enter to the South American market beer because of statistics predicted that in the next 2 years, in the time close to the negotiation, the beer consumption in South America rise 4%, while the rice consumption in the world just was 2%. So SABmiller saw the interest in South American-owned the power company Bavaria to penetrate markets like Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, and Panama. Companies like Heineken and InBev also were interested about this deal.
What's SABmiller's position in the Latin American beer market?
Well, we're in 6 countries. We have leading positions in Honduras, El Salvador, Panama, Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador. In all those countries, being the leading brewer, we also have the leading brands. So in Colombia, our brand is Aguila, very, very big brand. In Peru, Cristal. In Ecuador, Pilsner. In 2 of those countries, Honduras and El Salvador, beer is a minor category, and in fact we are major soft drink producers.
It's 5 years since SABmiller acquired Bavaria. What have been the key achievements so far?
What we've achieved, I think, is establish the foundation for the future. So what we've done, we've now developed our brand portfolio. We've improved our sales effort and our management at the point of sale. We've enhanced the appeal of the beer category, segmenting the outlets, providing special service packages for each type of outlet. And number 3, we've improved both the cost and the effectiveness of our route to market distribution. And then last but not least, we've managed price points. In other words, certain brands or packs, there's a certain price we want consumers to pay. And through working with our retailers, we see the benefits thereof. We've been able to manage pricing much better.
So what then is the opportunity?
The potential, I think, is enormous. We have in all the countries taken brands and positioned them slightly higher price, developed their brand equity so consumers see perceived value and prepare to pay more. The focus up until now has been taking local brands and positioning them at a premium. We'll continue to do that in the future, but at the same time we're going to now start seeding international brands, and that on the whole increases your weighted average revenue per litre.
The negotiators. From SABmiller, the main negotiator is Graham Maked and his partner is Malcolm Wiman. From Bavaria, the main negotiator is Julio Mario Santo Domingo and his son Alejandro Santo Domingo.
SABmiller agreed a $7.8 billion takeover of Grupo Empresarial Bavaria in a deal that will give the UK-based brewer of Castell later and Miller Lite access to Latin America's fast-growing beer market. Under the proposed deal, SABmiller will carry out $3.5 billion share swap with the founding Santo Domingo family, which owns 75% of the company. It will spend $1.5 billion funded with cash to buy out the minority equity holders and will assume around $2 billion of debt. The deal, one of the largest even in Latin America, will give Santo Domingo family 15% of SABmiller, the world's third largest brewer. A lockup agreement with the family will run for 5 years.
Grupo Empresarial Bavaria has a unique investment opportunity, like a large strategically important growth region, upside in per capita consumption, leading market position, well-established local brands, well-invested production base, a strong operational track record.
In the negotiation between Bavaria and SABmiller, they use a compromising strategy that seeks some fair balance between both parties, and it appeared to get an equitable deal. This could be realized in the way that they try to make the negotiation in a fair way, giving to SABmiller the accorded part and to Santo Domingo family a percentage of SABmiller, always searching all the time the more equitable option. Bavaria also uses a collaborative strategy, which seeks to create value for both sides. It's focused on each side's interests and not in their positions. In this case, Family Santo Domingo gives SABmiller the company in change of receiving great parts of the shares of SABmiller company, making an agreement in which they give the other side something they want in exchange of something Bavaria wants, both gain in the process.
About the SOPA, the overall area in the low and height that each party is willing to pay or find at the table in a negotiation, for SABmiller and Bavaria the final price was 7,800 millions.
There's a huge amount of change going on, and that's exactly the kind of thing I want to be involved in.
It's a really sociable atmosphere, and it's just fun to be here. The enthusiasm that people have for the company and for the decisions they're making at the moment is great.
It's a fun place to work.
What's unique about SABmiller is that it's the journey the company's been on. So if you look at the last 15, 20 years, I think it is an absolutely phenomenal company.
It's grown not only in absolute size, but also in geographic reach and in diversity. It's the passion for our business, it's our social responsibility, and actually it is the quality of people that sets us apart.
What's unique about SABmiller is it has a great combination of a collegial atmosphere with an intense focus on results.
It's a business where track record counts, where results are important. It's a progressive company. It's got a heart and soul.
For me, it's certainly the best move that I've ever made. The great thing about SABmiller is that you do get the opportunity to grow, you do get the opportunity to try things new.
It's an absolutely brilliant experience. I'd recommend it to anyone, but only if they're actually prepared to work hard and really accept that challenge.
There are opportunities to change things, there are opportunities to make things happen, there are opportunities to make a difference, but you're very much in control, and we're encouraged to take that control.
I'm always amazed that even though we've grown so much through acquisition, that I can go to other countries and the same culture is really apparent, the same feel that you get from the employees.
Actually, it's a business full of, very motivated and passionate people who care about issues daily, from water through to HIV/AIDS, through to the responsible selling of our product. So for me, that's a critical value that everyone coming on board at SABmiller needs to understand and be passionate about.
For me, it's always inspirational to see how similar SABmiller people are across the world, and how common values actually tie us together.
SABmiller is a company which prides itself on hiring the best people and then doing the best with them.
SABmiller is certainly a fantastic employer. It's given a whole host of people a whole host of opportunities to explore different environments, different opportunities in different countries with different cultures.
We are a very progressive company. We find very often that people get attracted to our business because they strongly, personally associate with those values.
We don't take anything for granted. We still think that we are probably closer to the beginning of the journey than the end. And we welcome aboard people who have got the same type of value system as ourselves, those that aspire for success, work hard and forge for themselves a very successful and hopefully long career with the organization.
The two giants have a great emphasis on groups and think more in terms of we. Harmony and loyalty within the company is very important and should always be maintained, and confrontation should be avoided. The relationship between employer and employee or business partners is based on trust and harmony and a deep understanding of moral values. The well of the company and the groups inside are more important than the individual one. To prevent uncertainty, these companies set up laws and rules. Duties and rights, internal and external, are controlled by authority. They have a lower need for uncertainty avoidance and rather avoid too many rules and formalities. They are more likely to stimulate innovation and emphasize new ideas. They are more flexible and more active than reacting on change occurring inside and outside of business. Bosses and subordinates work close together and consult each other. Subordinates and superiors consider each other as or less equal even there is a difference in education level. The hierarchical system can always change depending on the circumstance. The hierarchies does not exist in those organizations because those are decentralized. In every single business unit, there is a small number of supervisors who are always taking care for their subordinates. Within this company, the degree for unequal treatment has been reduced to a low level. There is an interdependence between employer and employee.
About the conclusions. Santo Domingo has 15.1% of SABmiller stocks, and they increased their investment 50% approximately. On the other hand, SABmiller entered to the Latin American beer market, and now is the Bavaria zone.
In Colombian business culture, cultivating close personal relationships and building trust are considered vital components for a successful working environment. Colombians prefer to do business with people whom they know and trust, and it is not uncommon to find many family members working for the same business. Handshakes are the most common form of greeting, so people who know each other will may greet each other with an embrace. Offering your hand upon arrival as well as departure is an essential part of Colombian culture. As part of the formality of Colombian business culture, titles are important and frequently used when addressing someone. Since first names are generally only used with family and close friends, you should wait until invited to address someone in this way. The formality of Colombian business culture and flexible attitude towards time often result in business negotiations being a lengthy process. It is imperative not to rush this process and take the time to continue developing relationships for negotiations to be successful.